Welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to CF Monterrey versus Forge FC in the CONCACAF Champions Cup 2025. No, I'm not. It's 6:55. I ain't late. I was right on time. 2025 CONCACAF Champions Cup, round 1, leg 2. Monterrey leads on aggregate 2-0. Forge has to win 2-0 tonight to just tie on away goals and go to extra time. 3-1 win for Forge. A 3-1 win for Forge would put them through on away goals. CF Monterrey contra Forge FC en la Copa Campeones de la CONCACAF. Primera ronda, partida vuelta. 2-0 global para Monterrey. 2-0, 0-2 para Forge. Empate global y tiempo extra esta noche. 1-3 esta noche para Forge. Forge ganar de la City. So, it's that simple. I still think Forge can have better chance. They have a better chance of coming back than Real Hope does. Let's just be real. Even if it's slight, still very slight. I mean, 10% chance versus 3% chance for Forge is a better chance. So, if they believe in themselves, it's not like the other game today means anything much better than the Forge game. So, it's a Forge day. So, it's the only game I'm covering. Monterrey ends up winning. Probably 1-0. 3-0 on aggregate. That's my prediction. But they did put out their best 11. Starting 11's, well, closer to it at least. Starting 11 is as follows. Luis Cardenas. The back four, Ricardo Chavez, Gerardo Arteaga, Antonio Leon, Hector Moreno, Sergio Canales, Tecatito Corona, Nelson de Oso, Jorge Rodriguez, Iker Fimbres, and Herman Berterame from Monterrey. For Forge, in goal, Jasim Kolalat. The back four, or actually back three of Marco Jaramovic, Daniel Rezart Rama. Midfield five of David Choinière, Kyle Becker, Alexander Akinyota Janssen, Mo Babuli, Alessandro Hujabrapur, and the front two, Tristan Borges and Brian Wright. We're going to find out. Madrid won 3-2, I saw, and Sean was telling me about it. Well, I should say I know because he told me about it. But, I mean, Madrid should have won the game. They did. Let's see what happens next week. I mean, McDavid, he's playing, right? He's playing, right? Yeah, McDavid. I think he's playing on the team this tournament. So, yeah, McDavid. Yep. Lands on a line with Connor McDavid, Mitch Marner. Damn. That's going to be a line, considering Marner is actually doing well this year. Not surprised. How we doing? Game's about to start. How we doing, Jimmy? Yeah, I would say so too, but God only knows. Right? Good. Yeah, so McDavid. I don't know why he wouldn't be, but some players that should have been playing aren't, so. McDavid is better. Who went to the damn Stanley Cup final? Who carries Edmonton by his own self? Well, Draisaitl wouldn't be anything without McDavid, so yeah, actually, good point. Yeah. Colorado's a pretty even team. Pretty well-oiled team. Edmonton only has Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, and Draisaitl's only a good player because McDavid is there. Dortmund 3-0 over Sporting Clube de Portugal. Well, that makes sense considering Amarim's not at Sporting anymore. That would make sense. I know Dortmund has some problems, but Chivas sucks. Let's talk about them tomorrow. Juventus 2-1 PSV. Yeah, that sounds about right. No Ricardo Pepi, that is a problem, I guess. Nathan McKinnon has a ring, though, does McDavid. Well, the problem is for McDavid is he carried Edmonton all the way to the Stanley Cup final. When you go down 3-0, it's pretty hard to win a series. The fact they got to Game 7. Is something, to be totally honest. PSG 3-0 Brest. Yeah, I expected that. Yeah, I expected that as well. No. They have other good players. I mean, Zach Hyman was good last year. They lost 2 of their better players to the Blues. Did you forget that? The Blues offer sheeted 2 of their better players during that playoff run. They lost Broberg to the Blues. So those 2 players gone. Hyman hadn't been the same this year. I did say Draisaitl's a good player, but if McDavid wasn't there, Draisaitl wouldn't be what he is. I think a little bit of Draisaitl being so amazing is the fact that McDavid's right there. So, I mean, even then, last year the Oilers had some other good players. That's why they made the Stanley Cup final. It was like the first time ever the Oilers had other good players, and then they lost 2 of them. So now they're back to 2.5. I love Zach Hyman, but great player. But last year was that year for him. Teams are walking out. Monterrey wearing their home jerseys. Forge wearing orange still. Madrid plays Atletico next round. I expect Madrid win the second leg in extra time. Which one? I said last year. And why are you calling Zach Hyman a tap-in merchant? Bouchard. Real Madrid. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Don't call Zach Hyman a tap-in merchant. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. He deserves better than that. Adam Henrique, the legend. Edmonton. How's he not? Zach Hyman, he's not just a tap-in merchant. I mean, he does go to the net. That's a good thing. But he's scored goals that weren't tap-ins. He's not just a tap-in merchant. Like, don't make the joke that Chippy was making with, like, Hyman in the box and he's just in front of the net. He's not a tap-in merchant. At least he wasn't with the Leafs. Maybe that's why he didn't score as much. But even then, I still don't think he's that much of a tap-in merchant. Don't do that. Starting 11 for Monterrey, Cardenas. Arteaga, Moreno, Leon, Chavez. The Eagles won. The Eagles won. Fimbres, Rodriguez, De Oso, Corona. Front 2, Canales, Bertarame for Monterrey. At this point, Spain, but it's still like a year and a half away. That's not my final prediction. That's just they're the favorite. Walter Lopez from Guatemala, the referee. I feel like I feel like Zach Hyman scored goals from further away than 5 inches out. Even with the Oilers. Thank you. I know he has with the Leafs. Could have sworn he scored from the slot with the Leafs. But even with the Oilers. Where's Rory when you need him? He'd agree with me that the Hyman's not a tap-in merchant. Where is he? Where is he? Tatiana Guzman, the VAR referee. Starting 11 for Ford, Jasim Kolalot in goal. The back four, Jaramovic, Akinyota Janssen, Daniel, Rezart Rama. Tristan Borges, Alessandro Hojabrapur, Kyle Becker. Front three. We got Mo Babuli, Brian Wright, and David Chouanier. So CONCACAF actually had it wrong. Let's see if Forge could turn this around. They have to score 2 goals at the very least. Keep a clean sheet, but first you got to score some goals. If you're Forge, first you got to score some goals. Then keep the clean sheet, or score 3 and hope it's only 1. But I think they have a better chance of coming back than Real Hope does tonight. It's like 10% chance for Forge coming back, 3% chance for Real Hope. But, you know, I'm a Rayado, but we got lucky AF. No, it could have been worse, but it was actually on a real field instead of an ice sheet. I think Forge played well that first half. They really could have put it away. I mean, that's probably what you're referencing is the fact Brian Wright could have just tapped one in. All he had to do was stick his foot out. There was a goal, at least, and Forge should have been leading at the half last week. That's probably what you're referring to. So a 2-2 draw would mean all we'd have to do is score 2 goals. Or even 1. As long as it was a clean sheet. But I've seen Forge do crazier. Borges. And we're off. Cross in. Right. Save by Cardenas. A little bit too far. Chelsea's good with chaos. When chaos is happening for Chelsea, they always find ways to win the biggest thing possible. It was awesome. I don't exactly know. I can't exactly totally say how it happened. It's just, it happened. Exactly. Cross in. Header cleared away by Forge. 0-0. 0-0. 2-0 global. No, today's a Forge day. That's it. So this game is it. But if Forge barely has any chance to come back, Cruz Azul's probably going to be just fine. Good, because you should be able to. Playing Forge. If Forge has a 10% chance to come back and they don't, Real Hope ain't coming back. And if they do, I'm going to be really pissed. I'll still watch the game on my own time. No. I forgot that was today, but, well, no, I didn't, but. Well, that game's better. But then Cruz Azul fans be pissed off because the second half of their game would still be being played. So I can't win for losing. It's just a Forge day. Apple TV, Season Pass. It's finally time to put them back on Season Pass. Valentine's Day, you have Miami versus Orlando. Well, as I said, there's still a 3% chance they blow it. Which pretty much means they're already qualified, but, you know. Barely. there's like the craziest timeline where they don't. Maybe I'm giving them too much of a chance. Rayados playing forward. Tecatito. No. Don't drink the water out from the faucet. Go buy some water bottles. But other than that, if I'm going to Mexico, I wouldn't. I'd only drink water from a bottle. But look up Montezuma's Revenge thing. It's a thing. At least I think it is. I mean, I've heard like it's an urban legend at least. It's not just something my Nana said. I mean, it's pretty well known line. Montezuma's Revenge. No, I don't think there's Mexican theme cooks or teams that actually put laxatives in teams' food. You would think by now that they would take like 30 freaking pallets of water that are in bottles and drink them that way. But, you know, you would think. I don't know. You would think. But good evening, everyone. Question for all. Does anyone think Calvary has a real shot again through Thursday? Yes. I actually think they do. Lema's a horrible coach. The only reason Pumas won on the weekend was because it was a last-second goal, and Lema might have got fired if that goal didn't go in. So, yeah, Pumas might play a better 11, but Tommy Wilton Jr. is still a better coach than Gustavo Lema. Way better coach. Like, I think Calvary will go through. After seeing what I saw last week, after seeing what I saw last week and knowing how good of a coach Tommy Wilton Jr. is and how much he basically just slapped Lema around tactically, I don't care who you put out there. And Pumas already is leaking goals no matter who you put out there. Padilla, both goalies, Like, you think Padilla would be better, but, because he played in La Liga, you would think. But they're already leaking goals. They can't really score. Funes Mori is not the same guy he was 2 years ago, or just with Monterrey. Playing forward, Bertarame. No, I think Calvary does go through on Thursday. And it's the only game on Thursday. Be in the living room for that one. Because it's possible history for a CPL team. And I think it's going to happen. So, Buffalo Bisons, Toronto Blue Jays, AAA affiliate. Was an alternate hat. I don't even know if they still wear this one. Oh, finally, Rory. Please tell Sean that Zach Hyman's not a tap-in merchant, please. Please. Not Man City. It ain't going to be Man City, I'll tell you that much. Real Madrid, I don't know if I want to go there. I don't know if I want to say Real Madrid. Liverpool? I kind of... I like Leverkusen. Atalanta, I could see them making a bit of a run. Real Madrid's still there. Bayern Munich. Harry Kane, they won't. Man City won't. My top 5. Let's just go with a top 5 right now. My top 5 teams who are going to win the Champions League, the 5 teams I would bet on. different amounts right now. Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen, Atalanta, Madrid, and Inter Milan. Those are the 5 teams in that order that I believe can do it. Real Madrid's still in there because they have to be at 4, but then Inter Milan at 5th. So I still think Liverpool's the favorite, but God only knows. Lille, I think I like the chances for Leverkusen, Atalanta. Lille, I like if Jonathan David goes off, like really goes off, that would be awesome. AC Milan, if Pulisic and Santi Jimenez become an absolute dominant duo, you know, Well, it's either Saprissa or Vancouver. Well, hold on. Actually, if you look at the bracket, it's going to be Alajuelense. If Calvary go through, it'll be Alajuelense. Then if Calvary beat Alajuelense, which I think they could do, they would play the winner of Monterrey Forge, which would probably be Monterrey, and the winner of Vancouver Saprissa. The winner of that, the tie. If Vancouver or Saprissa win, they're going to play Monterrey or Forge. The winner of that tie, probably Monterrey. So Monterrey/Vancouver or Saprissa. Vancouver, Monterrey, or Saprissa would play Pumas, and I think they could at least beat 2 of those 3. Not Monterrey, but Calvary could beat Vancouver or Saprissa. I don't trust Vancouver as far as I could throw them. Well, in the end, they could still play them. If things break that way, I mean, it's Monterrey they're probably going to play, but if Vancouver loses to Saprissa and then somehow Monterrey loses to Saprissa, which that wouldn't happen, but they still technically could, the semifinal, or the quarterfinal, I should say. They still could. There'd have to be a couple of things that go that way, but they still probably could. Have to win this. Calvary has to win against Pumas and Alajuelense. Saprissa would have to beat Vancouver and Monterrey or Forge, depending, but most likely Monterrey. And then they play each other. So it's not out of the realm possibility. It's like a possible quarterfinal opponent. Rare, but possible. 11 minutes in, playing forward. Monterrey's had more of the ball, but Forge has had some moments. And, maybe still. Shot off the bar. Off the crossbar by Tristan Borges. And that's a chance they probably want back. Yep. Man, I can't believe Acosta went to Dallas. And I don't even think it's going to work, crazily enough. I don't think. Man, Forge is going to want that one back. I swear they're going to want that one back. Ooh, they're going to want that one back. That was one they needed. They need 2 goals and a clean sheet at the very least. Monterrey has more of the ball, but Forge. I mean, Tristan Borges getting through those 3 tackles, I mean, that is kind of something. I mean, that's a CPL player getting through Monterrey's back line. Is Sergio Ramos fit to play? Or are they trying to wait? Because, let's see. He's not on the bench, no. I guess they have to wait till the next round to put him on the roster. Damn. So, no, Sergio Ramos couldn't play Forge. Damn it. Jeez. So, I guess next round. Canales gets fouled by Jaramovic. Man, ooh. No, because it was a goal kick, but 13 minutes in, 0-0, 0-0. As it stands, Monterrey will still go through. Of course, to play Vancouver, Saprissa. They have a week or two to step up their game and not look worse. You're still playing Saprissa or Vancouver. I don't think you should be worried. Vancouver's not good enough to beat Monterrey. And I don't think Saprissa really is either. Even if Saprissa beats Vancouver, I still don't. Vancouver's honestly trash. I don't know about their new manager. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. This new manager they signed, this like Nordic guy, Dutch, Danish, something like that. I don't know. From that area. I don't think Vancouver's that good of a team. They got rid of Fafa Picault. I mean, yeah, they still have Brian White. Not Wright, White. And Ryan Gould. But other than that, still have Takaoka. But have they even done anything? Kolalot has hair. Kolalot has hair. Now you're going to make me have to... When they put the camera on him, I'm going to see if you're right. I never saw it like that. 15th minute. It's like... Yeah, Vancouver... I think Vancouver and Toronto are the two teams who've barely done anything in the offseason besides signing a manager. I think that's all they've done. I think both teams are the same. That's all they've done. In that case, at least Vancouver made the playoffs. Playing forward, save by Cardenas. Right, runs onto it. Sean. Now, how the hell... It's Sean's best friend. Thoughts from our rivals on Impact's offseason moves. I mean, Prince Owusu. I mean, yeah, y'all lost Joseph for Prince Owusu. I don't think that's much better. I mean, if he gets service, I guess, but he still loves kicking the ball backwards instead of into the net. So he'll still somehow score a winning goal against Toronto because of reasons. I mean, until it doesn't happen, it'll happen in my book. So I'm prepared for that. I just hope it's not the Can Champ. And it's going to be Can Champ now. Oof. Oof. But, I mean, Montreal's done more than Toronto. In theory. Brandon Craig went to Montreal. I mean, that's a pretty good move. I think Brandon Craig's a low-key. He's got a lot of potential. I think he's got some good potential. Yeah, it is ridiculous. Jaquil is still there. I thought he was leaving. He's still there. Okay. Jalen Neal. Oh, they got a really good center back in Jalen Neal. I have to say, that's a good move. You have George Campbell. I mean, Joel Waterman. I'd say Joel Waterman and Jalen Neal should be the back two, or the center backs. Luca Petrasso. Oh, yeah, that happened. Oof. Luca Petrasso on the Impact. Oh, God. Man, I know he's a good player. I have a lot of respect for Petrasso. I think he has a lot of potential. I think he's a very good player. I don't think Toronto should have got rid of him, and now he's on Montreal, of course. Comes back from like what, Serie C? Something like that to go to Montreal, of course. Fabian Herbers as a center mid. That move's okay. Victor Lattori, he's got a lot of potential. Giacomo Vrioni. Oh. Hopefully he's a better striker for you all than. And there's a goal for Monterrey. 1-0. Bertarame scores. So that's game. 18th minute. 1-0. 3-0 global. 3-0 on aggregate. Herman Bertarame. Free kick taken over the top. Header. And, ooh, what a header by Bertarame. Nobody's covering him. Top bins. Yep, there you go. That's it. Forge now has to score 3 goals. Would be nice if Tristan Borges could have scored. '19th minute, actually. 1-0. Uno cero esta noche, 3-0 global, Monterrey. Quality header. Away goals count. Okay, I was late on that one, I won't lie. But I was answering the question about the damn roster. Like a system that has 2 MLS clubs playing the first round on one hand, another where the clubs have a decent shot of making the semis without playing professionals. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. But the winner of Toronto versus Montreal play Forge or Halifax in the quarterfinals. And then, I guess they redraw before the semis. I guess, like last year. I'm not sure. I don't know if that was a last year thing or also a this year thing. I'm not sure. We'll find out. I think they redraw again. I'm not sure. Quality header. I have to. I have to stand with it. I still think Columbus can win with Jason Russell-Rowe. I believe in Jason Russell-Rowe. It's not like I don't. I do believe in Jason Russell-Rowe as a starting striker of the Columbus Crew. Would be freaking nice if we traded for him before all this happened, but I guess it's good that we didn't. I guess it's good that for Columbus, that Toronto didn't trade for Russell-Rowe, because if they did, they'd be up the paddle. Toronto would be fine, but they'd be up the creek without the paddle. I think Jason's an amazing player. I wish he was playing for Toronto. He was in the academy. He goes to college. We trade his rights to Columbus. He wasn't next pro for them, but still. Why are we so dumb? Why is our front office, or at least our former front office, so dumb? Like, shit, they could have signed him for TFC2 out of Maryland, but they didn't because they're stupid. Our former front office was the worst. I'll still give Hernandez and Pelly a chance. They're working with what they got. Corner for Monterrey. Yep, corner for Monterrey. Corner. Cross in. Header cleared. 23rd minute. Okay, empty net merchant. Yeah, that is definitely some Zach Hyman is. Yeah, there you go. I'll give you that one. 1-0 Monterrey. 1-0 esta noche. 3-0 on aggregate. 3-0 global. This one's over, but Lasila Palainen went to Columbus. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Matteo Scavoni went to Pacific. Robert Torkelson went to back to Denmark. I'm not going to try to say that name. That's nothing really bad about it. I just can't say it. I just can't say it. Corbo went to Cordoba in Spain. Segunda Division. That's okay. Raheem Edwards went to Red Bulls. We know about that. Ketterer went to Lexington. Logan Ketterer went to Lexington SC. That's a fall. Victor Wanyama, he hasn't signed anywhere else. Yeah, he's done. 24th minute. They just got rid of Luciano Acosta. What are you talking about? That was the only chance they had. 24th minute. Kokoro got loaned out to Atlas. I missed that one. I guess that's why they got Frioni and Prince Owuzu. But Atlas? Ugh. That sucks. That's a bad. They played 120 minutes against Orlando and won 2-1. Yankov and Ibrahim scored. Oh, Sanusi's still there. Good. That might be their starter. Sounds about right to me. 25th minute. Forge has to score 3 goals. If they can't score 1 by the half. Oh, no. J.J. Macias retired at 25. Damn. Save. Pass the post. J.J. Macias retired from football 25. Damn. No, they're a bunch of fraudulent jokers. He wanted to go back to Argentina, but nobody in Argentina wanted to pay him the money he was making in MLS. So they had to find a team who would actually pay him that money. FC Dallas. That being FC Dallas, which, you know what? Hoisted. You were hoisted by your own ego. Dallas is worse. But they flipped the whole squad. They flipped the whole squad. Did you just call Goodell Chucky Boy out of your own? Do you call him that too? Or did you somehow know I called him Chucky when I... Did I say that in the video? Or was that just... Huh. That scares me a bit. Huh. Did I say that in the review? He basically wanted more money, but he wanted to go back to Argentina first. Did I say that in review too? Did I call Goodell Chucky the review too, or was that... If I did, forget what I... Did I? 28th minute. Because I know I said it in my close friend's story after the Super Bowl when I was... talking about the Super Bowl. I know I didn't think I said it on my review, though. Maybe I did. I just forgot. I don't know how I did. I don't know how I am forgetting it, but bad haircut from Forge Keeper. 28th minute. Cross in. 29th minute. Clearance by Jaramovic. Cross in, header, cleared away by Becker. I saw Forge choking this one, so I'm fine. I figured, hey, a 10% chance of coming back and flipping the towel on its head. I still knew that was unlikely, so I'm good. I'm good. Modelo, I'm good. I'm good. All respect to Monterrey. They're the better team. And by the way, I picked Monterrey to win this tie before the tournament even started. So I wanted Forge to play well. They fought. That's about as much as you could expect. And even then, I'm good. It's not like last year where I was coping that Chivas was trash and I thought Forge could beat Chivas. No, this year I pretty much saw the writing on the wall when the draw was made. I'm just jealous that Calvary got a team that they could beat and we didn't. As I think I said during the draw stream, I think I said this. I said Forge could beat Pumas. I thought Pumas was a bad draw for Forge. I was right. Just the other CPL team went and beat them, are in the process of doing that. So good for them. I'm happy for Calvary, but damn it, if Forge would have got Pumas, we actually probably would have won that tie. I wish it was the other way around, but other than that, I know I was answering it. I know. I'm saying all respect to last year they couldn't though. Also, well, no, Sabao didn't, but almost. Sabao had them a 1-1 draw. It's like they wanted to blow the whistle after Chivas scored. Yeah, if Forge was playing Chivas this year, they probably would have beat them. Wrong year. No, but I always thought Monterrey was a tough challenge for Forge. I always did. They've got a very good squad. They spend a lot of money. They just got Sergio Ramos. They might get Benzema. And Cristiano's even saying he might go to Monterrey. No joke. So, for the Club World Cup, because, of course, they're going to find a way to get Cristiano into the Club World Cup. Since Al Nasser ain't going there. Yeah, I remember that one. That was a bad one. That was bad. That was bad. San Luis Querétaro Club America. Portland Club America, I'm definitely doing that game for sure. There's some games from the first phase that I'm eyeing to stream. There are a couple. I mean, I looked at it. I haven't put anything in even pencil yet, but of course the time slots have to be completely confirmed. But just looking at some of those games each match day, there's a couple per match day I'm really looking at during the first phase. There's a couple. Portland America is one of them, for sure. Let's hope all the quarterfinals like 2-2 instead of like all 4. I cover everything, so there's that for you. I cover everything. So. 34th minute. Well, everything CONCACAF. NYCFC to host Puebla, León, and Toluca. NYCFC León's definitely one I'm looking at. Toluca, I'm sort of looking at. I don't know if Toluca holds their team together and at least goes deep in Liga. Well, probably. I would hope Toluca holds their team together. They've been playing well recently, but hey, sometimes the cheating doesn't work. Ask the Chiefs. And as I said, on an even playing field during CONCACAF, I mean, there's a reason why America hasn't won that yet. America hasn't won the Champions Cup under Jardine yet because they haven't. Even playing field. But when it's Liga MX, ooh, Televisa's going to put their finger on that scale and the Hamburglers going to steal it all. But at some point, it's not going to work anymore. They actually did earn the last title, though, because they had to. I mean, there was no way they couldn't. There was no way they could steal it. They had to earn it. I mean, let's be real. The Apertura, America did earn that. You couldn't steal it. They had to earn it. They earned it. They played really well during the Apertura, but that's because of the seeding. But they earned that one. You have to give that one. You have to give them that one. You have to give them that one. They earned that one. Barca are the ones that cheat. Do you remember It's a Disgrace? Drogba? Do you remember that? UEFA Lona? Madrid are the cheaters. Bullshit. Do you remember? UEFA Lona? Do you remember? Acting like Madrid are the cheaters. Get the hell out of here. UEFA Lona and Televisa and Club America and the Televisa, Club America, and the Hamburglers. Come on now. UEFA Lona? Come on now. '36th minute. Monterrey still 1-0. 1-0 esta noche. 3-0 global. 3-0 aggregate. Monterrey's been the better team, but they played their best. Close enough to their best 11. Close enough. So I guess it's a plus. It's only 1-0 in Monterrey. It's a plus. Could be worse. Could be worse. Damn, stadium, BBVI ain't even filled. Damn. There's open seats on the hard cam side. Damn. I'd say close enough to a sellout. I'd say what number is a sellout? Close enough. I mean, Toluca fans are going to travel. We know Mexican fans travel very well. We know they travel very well. Mexican fans always travel well. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter where. I mean, I have to respect that 100%. Mexican fans travel, whether it's club, country, they travel. So, and it's a Leagues Cup game. I think Yankee Stadium would be packed. Shot saved by Colalot. More likely to be packed than some random July game for the Yankees. More likely. Good save. You know what? He does kind of look a little bit like Nahuel. Just with a beard and hair. You know what? Good point. Does kind of look a little bit like Nahuel. Yeah. Canales. Take the corner for Monterrey. Cross. Header over the bar. Ooh. Didn't even jump, and it just goes over the bar. That's okay, Superman. 38th minute. I think the Dominican team is on the rise. I think they're going to be good. I think they're a tough team. They've got good players. I think they're definitely going to be in the final round of CONCACAF qualifying for the World Cup. It's top 2 per group, yeah. They should be top 2 in that group. Well, no, Guatemala. It's possible. It's possible. Wait, Jamaica, Guatemala, Dominican. Hey, it's possible. I mean, Guatemala did bottle top 2 in the Nations League. Dominican's a pretty good team. Jamaica, well, under McLaren, they've been trash. So, who knows? They might even bottle it. Yeah, Dominican Republic has a chance to get to the final round of World Cup qualifying. They have a chance. I mean, Guatemala hasn't been perfect under Tena, but they're still got a better manager than Jamaica does. UEFA Lona, always. Playing forward corner for Forge. No, because of the World Cup qualifying. So we have the Nations League finals in March, but after that, no new Nations League in the fall because the World Cup qualifiers are taking over the window that the Nations League would have, the group stage at least, and quarterfinals. So no. 2026, I think there is, though. The fall 2026, I think there is a Nations League. Cross in, header, ooh, cleared. I think there will be a Nations League that fall after the World Cup. So, but the qualifiers are taking over that window. Question is, I wonder how Canada, USA, and Mexico are going to get friendlies. I wonder how. That's going to be tough. UEFA is going to be in their qualifications. Asia, I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them to get friendlies, but 41st minute, I would think that playing forward 42nd minute. What was your first year watching the CONCACAF Champions League? I do remember watching the Puerto Rico-Toronto tie. So the year Toronto got eliminated by Puerto Rico in the preliminary round. It's 2008-9. Yeah. 2008-9. Yeah, it was 08. It had to be 08, 09. Maybe it was 9-10, but no, it was 9-10. 9-10. 9-10. So it was 2009. It was just 9-10. Yeah, 2009. Yeah, I was thinking about 2009. Yeah, 2009. The year of the horrible, the very weak, the very quiet hurricane season. Because 2009 Atlantic hurricane season was very quiet, so don't know why I connected that as well, but I did. So that's just me, though. Hansi Flick is better than Pep. I mean, he hasn't had to win games with a team with no. He's winning with a team who can't buy players. Like Pep, Hansi is the opposite of Pep. Pep was always a checkbook. Pep was always a blank check manager. Always. Hansi Flick, on the other hand, is a can't spend money, so he has to manage what he has. Actually, I'll give Hansi Flick the benefit of the doubt. And Bayern at the time as well, when he was there, they had their squad for better or for worse. So for better or for worse. So no, Hansi Flick. Yes, but they're not the only team. So no, I'm saying Pep got carried by the fact that his teams were covered by blank checks. Just sign your name, you get somebody. Hansi Flick never had that at Bayern or Barca, but especially at Barca. They are slumming it at Barca. They can't send. No, I'm not doing it. No shirtless stream. What? No. 45th minute. Yeah. Was Puerto Rico. Yep. 1-0 Puerto Rico Islanders over Toronto. Away goal, by the way. Not that it matters, but 2009. But not in Champions Cup. Pep got carried by the fact that he had blank checks. One minute. Away goals suck. Such is life. 30 seconds to go. I mean, yeah, but I'm not too much of a fan of tournaments without the away goals. So, what can you do? Jurmovic is down. Like, away goals are so... One minute. Drop ball. Halftime. It's halftime. 1-0 Monterrey. 3-0. On aggregate. Miro tiempo 1-0 esta noche, 3-0 global. Monterrey has the lead. Yep. Even better penalties. Well, if you're going to take away goals, you might as well just go straight to penalties. In my opinion. But with that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. 3-0 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. 1-0 esta noche, 3-0 global. Forge, you're losing, and you expected it. They do in baseball. I'm not too sure. It ain't happening. No price. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. There's no price that'll make that happen. It ain't happening. Good. I don't know. I'm not sure how. Baseball, Puerto Rico has their own team, and the World Baseball Classic, and the USA has their own team. guess it's the same in football. I'm not too sure what makes it different than Guadeloupe or any other. Guam, I think. I don't see what makes it different. Or soon to be Greenland. How the hell could they get into FIFA knowing they're a Denmark territory anyway? Okay. Well, Champions League games in the past year have been so epic. Back then, you get a few away goals, park the bus, it got boring. Well, there you go. It never, like the past 5, 6, 7 years of FIFA simulation has made no sense. If not 8 to 10. With that being said, we'll take a short break. We'll be back. Sit tight. Back for the stats of the half. because ranking-wise, they should win it in FIFA. But real life is different. Like, it's like, I don't know, the Detroit Lions winning the Super Bowl in Madden. Well, I don't know. With that being said, that's the half. 9 shots to 4, 7 shots on goal to 2, 1 assist to 0, 5 steals to 15, 5 fouls to 3, 57% possession to 43% possession, 1 offside to 0, 6 corners to 1, 272 correct pass to 178, 21 incorrect pass to 23, 293 pass to 201, 93% pass accuracy to 89, 1 yellow to 1, 0 reds to 0, 1-0, 1-0 esta noche, 3-0 aggregate, 3-0 global. Monterrey's the better team. I thought eFootball is done. Either way. With that being said, oh, wait, that's Football Manager. Oh, Football Manager is the one. That sucks. With that being said, yeah, for me, Monterrey's the better team. Forge has had some moments, but Monterrey's had more of the ball. They scored a goal. And really, right now, Monterrey's really just toying with Forge. Monterrey's really just toying with Forge at this point. I mean, the tie's over at this point, goals-wise. I mean, it's going to be very hard for Forge to score 3 goals in 45 minutes. It's not like it's out of the realm of possibility, but right now, I bet Forge wishes Borges scored that goal that went off the crossbar. Would at least make this a 1-1 game and makes things a little bit easier. Not much, but it makes it a little bit easier. So, right now, Monterrey's done what they were supposed to do, and right now, in the end, Monterrey's going to do their job, and Forge is going to be going home, is what it looks like, in my opinion. But that's where this was probably going the whole time. So we'll see how the second half goes, see if anything crazy happens. Probably not, and review the game after it's over. And then tomorrow we got Chivas versus Cibao, and we got Tigres versus Rayados. So we got 2 teams tomorrow on the brink of elimination, or at least it's too damn close to call. Let's put it like that. Chivas, who are trash right now, at least host Cibao, but it's a 1-1 draw. Chivas does have the away goal, but Cibao, a 1-1 with an away goal with the way Chivas is playing, let me tell you, it's not too much of safe ground they're walking on. They're still walking on thin ice. Tigres are down 1-0 to Rayados. No away goals are scored, but they are down 1-0, but they're hosting them. But tomorrow's going to be interesting. Pumas Calvary on Thursday. Pumas are down to Calvary 2-1. They have an away goal, but they're down. We have 3 straight games that we're covering where the Mexican team is on thin ice. Both games tomorrow. Review the Tigres game and then the Pumas Calvary game by itself on Thursday, because that's all there is on Thursday. Review and RSR on that, or live and RSR on that. Cruz Azul Real Hope. Cruz Azul should go through. I'll be watching that one. I at least need to watch it for my recap of the round 2 weeks from now, because that's the end of round 1. This is just the first part. Just the end of the first part. So, this week. So, we still got a second part to round 1 over the next 2 weeks. So, we'll recap the round once that's over next Friday. Not next Friday, 2 Fridays. Actually, I'll just say Friday the 28th, the last day of the month. There you go. I could have just said that. There you go. Waiting for the second half. But we'll see how the second half starts. We'll get it going. Waiting for the second half to start. Monterrey has the lead, and they probably should still win the tie and win the game. Yep, because they're back in FC 26. And here we go. Second half about to start. Yep. You didn't hear about this? Normally I'm the one who misses this stuff. Yeah, I agree with that. Normally I'm the one who misses this stuff, but whatever. Probably will be. Depending on... I think they've always respected Liga MX more anyway, but who knows? Maybe that changes. Than MLS. It's like there's 189 rated player in MLS per team, or 90. They only start in the 90s and then dip. They just get the player, 90. Then they dip. They're going to make 3 subs. Jordi Cortizo coming on for Monterrey. Oliver coming on. Oliver Torres coming on. And Valenzuela coming on for Monterrey. They're making 3 subs. I think they trust their team to shut this one down. They wanted to get the home goal. They got the home goal. I agree with that. But before, well, when they left FIFA, they were still... Nobody thought the decline was happening there, so that's a good point. Nobody really thought so. So, Canales is off for Jordi Cortizo. 17. Corona's off for Valenzuela. They also made a sub. 33. Medina is on for Ricardo Chavez. And we'll just show if they show him again. And we're off. 45th minute, second half. Let's see how this plays out. We'll review the game once it's over, and there we go. So let's see how this goes. Playing for Jordi Cortizo. Did score in the first leg. Forge have to score pretty damn quickly if they want any chance to turn this over. If they win tonight 3-1, they'll still go through on away goals. So honestly, for them, the situation they're in is mathematically easier than the 2-0 clean sheet. I mean, of course, the clean sheet was dead, but I think you would rather allow the home goal and just score the 3 away goals and walk through after 90 minutes instead of having to go to extra time and seeing where that goes. So in the end, maybe Forge, away goals in CONCACAF are still a tiebreaker, yes. They never dropped the away goals. At least I don't think so. Hold on. Here we go. Regulations. Let me make sure. I could have sworn they never dropped them. CONCACAF regulations. Come on. Come on. Hold on. Just go from here. Whatever. There we go. 25. Doesn't say anything about extra time. Okay. I think, yeah, away goals are still a tiebreaker in CONCACAF. Yep. Jordi Cortizo, shot and goal. Just past the leg, and that's number 2. 4-0 on aggregate. Jordi Cortizo throws up a muffin, but in the end, it goes in. That's going to be it for Forge. Any chance they had? Dies there. His second goal of the tournament. 47th minute. 2-0. 4-0 on aggregate. 2-0 esta noche, 4-0 global. I mean, to a certain extent, yeah. But I'm more mad about the fact CONCACAF always finds ways to change their rules. Like, every year, it's like, is the rules the same? Like, when it comes to CONCACAF tournament rules, it's like, oh, are the rules the same this year, or what did they change? Like, remember 2018 CCL, straight to penalties after a tie on aggregate? Guess what they did the next year? And I think Toronto would have won in extra time. Guess what they did the next year for 2019? If there was a tie on aggregate, the 2019 final, guess what? Extra time. And then penalties. Knowing damn well the year before, maybe because they were like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't decide on penalties when a team who looks like they're gaining momentum will probably win in extra time. The way that final 45 minutes went, the fact Toronto came back to take the 2-1 lead on the night, go back on away goals. If it was extra time in that 2018 final, Toronto would have won that final. I believe that wholeheartedly. If they played 30 minutes of extra time, they would have won that final. I know Josie came off. I know they were bare bones, but they still had the momentum. And all Markey had to do was honestly hit the frame anyway. But whatever. They actually have extra time instead of penalties. Toronto wins that tournament. And if it's penalties after extra time and it's 4-4, fine, whatever. But I feel like they would have won in extra time. And then the next year they change. It's like, you know what? Maybe there should be extra time in the final. They go back to extra time. You don't realize how much that pissed me off. I'm like, oh, really? I didn't like it was straight to penalties at the time. Then CONCACAF's like, you know what? Yeah, let's go back to extra time in the final. I'm like, now? And this was before COVID was a thing. Like, if they made the change the other way around, like during COVID, and I think the 2021 final had extra time, didn't it? Either way, if they made a change during COVID, it's like, hey, extra time's too much for our players. Be like, okay, fine. But it's like, Yeah. I don't think. Like 2018, just straight to penalties. Like, what? I can't stand Leagues Cup. I mean, I can understand why. I can understand why people don't like Leagues Cup. Playoffs start today. Maple Leafs have to play the Bruins, followed by the Panthers and Lightning. Bruins must have came back into a wild card spot. Shit. Bruins and Leafs. Again. Oh, my God. What if they lost this one? I would no. Let's not even think about that. No. Oh Lord. Okay. The final was decided on away goals. They took it away next year, added extra time, but America didn't need it. They swiped Montreal. I love that final. I loved that final when America stomped out Montreal. That was a beautiful final. Benedetto? Yeah. Oh, that was an awesome final. And I didn't even really hate America at the time. That came later. I didn't hate him back then. But even if I did, I still would have rooted for him. I still would have rooted for him even if I did hate them back then. As in Club America, I still would have hated or rooted for him. Because I hate Montreal more. I will never hate Club America that much. Even if I don't like them, I will never hate them as much as I do Montreal. I will always pick the Aguilas over Montreal. The enemy of my enemy is my friend for 2 games. Or 1, depending on when they're playing each other. Are they playing each other in Leagues Cup? If they do, yeah, no. It's like when the Eagles played the Chiefs. I mean, I really don't like Philadelphia, but I hate Kansas City. You know? It was like that. Do I want the Meteor? Maybe. But as long as Montreal don't win, I won't be so mad if the Meteor doesn't strike. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So that's fine by me. Either way. You know, I'd love to see Henry Martin like single-handedly beat Montreal in a game that actually matters. That would be funny. That would be funny. Mi bomba! Mi bomba! Oh, saved by Cole a lot. Well, hold on. Wasn't it always the better team gets the second leg? Maybe I'm misremembering. Or did they just start? Then, of course, the better team gets the single leg final on points. So there's still a table. Huh. Noah Jensen coming on for Mo Babuli. Yeah, this game's over. This game's over. '55th minute. Trying to think. Oh, Montreal did host the second leg. They did beat Pachuca on both legs, but didn't they win away goals against Alajuelense? Okay, no, maybe it was drawn before. Then you got the group stage, but I ain't doing the math. We watch a Cruzul game next? No, it's a Forge day. One of my favorite teams are playing, so that's what matters. Little secret, when my favorite teams are playing, or Miami, it's a day focused on those teams. Not because Miami's my favorite team, but I'd be dumb not to be live and then review their game. So Miami's not one of my favorite teams, mind you. I just am smart. Whenever I have a chance to cover them, I do. And focus on them because, of course, that'll get views. I mean, come on now. It's Miami. It's Messi. I'm not dumb. Favorite Liga MX team? I mean, to me, they're all competition. Like, to me, I don't have a favorite Liga MX team. Goal for Monterrey. 3-0. A goal for Berterame, his second. Basically an open net, just slots it home. There it is. I mean, I have teams I'll respect more than others, but I wouldn't say I have a favorite Mexican team. Because to me, they're competition. Like if Toronto was good, you're playing them in Champions Cup. You want to be better than them. You want to win the whole thing. They're competition to me. Like Forge, I guess they're not, but like there are teams I respect more than others. I mean, I respect Tigres. I respect Leon. Chivas, weirdly enough, I don't hate Chivas, which is weird. I don't hate them. If that final happened about 3 or 4 years earlier, I probably would. I don't know why I don't hate Chivas. It's weird. I mean, yeah, Copa MX should come back, but, you know, hell, Libertadores, well, Mexican and MLS teams should be the thing over Leagues Cup, but Apple makes money out of it, so. It's a goal for Berterame, 5-0 on aggregate. Yep. It's 50, 58. 3-0, 3-0 esta noche, 5-0 global, 5-0 on aggregate. That's going to... This ain't 2008. I mean, yeah, Copa MX should come back. I wish it would. Those games were fun. I mean, Copa MX games are fun. Like, I remember. They probably will. If Forge couldn't, why would Real Hope come back? I just told you, they only have like a 3% chance of coming back. Forge had more, and they didn't come back. So, do with that what you will. If Forge barely had a chance, you really think Monterrey, or my bad, Real Hope had a chance? Did you really think they had a chance? Oh, yeah, Jimmy Lozano was a coach on that Querétaro team. Honestly, Liga, the FMF screwed over Jimmy Lozano. They did. I don't care. I still believe Jimmy Lozano got screwed. If I'm being real, I still think. Yeah. Yeah, I still think Jimmy Lozano got screwed. Columbus fans want to sign Salomon Rondon. We'll see. Yeah, but then, also, speaking of, Don Garber hates the U.S. Open Cup, but it's not as bad as last year. I can't believe they didn't screw with the Canadian Championship. I don't know. Maybe they don't even realize it exists. Yeah, do they even realize the freaking CanChamp exists? I don't think so. Substitution, Bertarame's off for Roberto De La Rosa. Yeah. Oh, look, Javier Aguirre was at Pachuca's training grounds. Speak of the devil. And given a jersey by Almada. This is true. But I also believe exactly. I believe this. I believe this. I believe Canadian fans of the MLS clubs would actually come out for a CanChamp game no matter what. Like, I believe Toronto fans, Montreal and Vancouver fans, even if they were playing Simcoe or TSS Rovers or Saint Laurent, they're going to come out on their home legs. If they're playing it at home, they're going to come out. And even then, you're going to get a nice little away contingent for the smaller teams as well. Like when Simcoe came over to BMO last year, that was amazing. I think Saint Laurent fans came over as well. So I believe that the stadiums are filled more for CanChamp games, especially MLS versus League One Canada or CPL ties on the home legs than Open Cup games from MLS versus NASL or MLS versus USL League One or so on and so forth. I do believe that. I truly. So it's not just the clubs like the CanChamp more. I think Canadian fans respect the Voyageurs Cup more than U.S. fans respect the Open Cup. Because let's just be real. Even the MLS versus MLS ties during Open Cup are barely filled. But when you get the lower leagues versus the MLS clubs during Open Cup, it's a ghost town. So why care? Like, I mean, I understand the MLS's side of it. Do I think they are wrong to fight the Open Cup? Yes. To a certain extent, yes. But I understand why. Because if you look at the CanChamp, that's exactly what, if you wanted to play the Open Cup, that's exactly what it should look like when you're playing lower level teams or even teams on your level. Now, I get it's midweek games. I get school night sometimes, depending on the part of the season. I get that. But again, at some point, that's got to stop being an excuse to a certain extent. Because I see a Wednesday Toronto FC BMO filled pretty nice against Simcoe and Saint Laurent. Okay, so what's the school night excuse? Because those games were played in May. April and May. So what's the excuse? I mean, yeah, of course, for Montreal, Toronto is going to be full. Of course, that's going to be full in May. Of course, it is. I'm not saying it won't, but find the Open Cup is going by what most of your members want, while find the CanChamp is going against what your relevant members want. Exactly. But even then, I think it matters what the fans think in this case. Because, yes, there's a loud minority of people who want the Open Cup not to be curtailed. Then go to the games. Like, you don't see CanChamp games empty, a ghost town, when MLS teams are playing at home against lower teams. Then, of course, when they're playing the bigger teams, Montreal or Vancouver, of course, it's not empty. But if you're going to complain, they were cooked last week. They were cooked when the draw was made. I said that already. They were cooked when the draw was made. So this ain't like Chivas last year. This ain't like if they would have got Pumas instead of Calgary. They're cooked. They were cooked when the draw was made. I didn't like it at the time, and I was right. Monterrey their wage bill's too big for Forge to take down even with a second team. Let's just be real. Forge is not a bad team, but this is just way too high of a mountain to climb. Pumas would have been an easier mountain to climb because their coach sucks, and Bobby Smirniotis is still a better manager than Lemma, too. And, well, Pumas is a lower wage bill. They don't spend as much money. Honestly, I think the first year being an upset was the best thing that could have happened to the Can Champ. It instantly made the competition feel serious, made a foundational part of both our two biggest clubs' history. Yes, and when Montreal went on the CONCACAF run they did after winning the Can Champ, I think that helped, especially as, at the time, a USL club, a lower league club at the time, going as far as they did, playing Santos Laguna. That was all. I mean, I have to admit, that run, I remember hearing about it. Yeah, I remember hearing about it. I think it was very hard to get at the time. Champions Cup or Champions League at the time, it was very hard to get. But I saw the highlights. I'll admit, it made me feel better. I'll admit, seeing the run Montreal went on, that Champions Cup or Champions League at the time, made me feel a bit better. I don't know if Toronto in 2008 could have done that. I'm not going to lie. I think in the end, I think Canadian soccer needed that run. And that's why Toronto-Montreal is the rivalry it is today. And I agree. That's why the rivalry is what it is today. That's why the rivalry is still around. And it's still competitive because of that run. So in the end, we wouldn't have the rivalry we do today. I mean, yeah, the Miracle of Montreal may still have happened, but the history that was made because of that run, I can't really be mad about it because in the end, because truthfully, I don't want to think about a world where the Impact, CF Montreal weren't truly a rival to us unless it was the Can Champ, I don't want to think about a world where our main rival was the Columbus Crew. To me, that was a bullshit. It's still a bullshit rivalry. It's still a bullshit rivalry. I mean, yeah, the Trillium Cup. See, the thing that pisses me off is that the Trillium Cup, the Columbus-Toronto rivalry has a trophy to it, but Toronto-Montreal doesn't. Like, the real rivalry should actually have a trophy. It's like if Mississippi State and Southern Miss had a freaking trophy. It's like if LSU and Mississippi State had a trophy. That's not a real rivalry, especially in football. Baseball, different. Football, no. It's not a rivalry. It's only Ole Miss, Mississippi State. That's the rivalry. If the Egg Bowl wasn't a thing and then there's some bullshit trophy for LSU, Mississippi State, I'd be pissed off about that too. Like, how does Toronto, Montreal? Yeah, I guess, but like, I think Toronto, Montreal should have its own trophy. And if I had anything to say about it, it would. And if it looks like a silver egg, don't ask questions. And if that trophy looked like a silver egg, it looks a little bit oddly like the golden egg, but in silver, don't ask any questions. Because the 401 Derby and the Egg Bowl are very damn similar. I've always been on this train. Those rivalries are very similar. They're very similar. And it's not me just trying to find pieces of thread that work together. No, it's actually, I mean, of course I would know, but I see the comparisons. I see, it's not like the comparisons are bullshit just because I want them to be comparisons. No, they're actually, I'd say they're pretty dead on, in my opinion. But I would know, of course, but I would know. But if I was just trying to make those comparisons to bullshit it and make it feel better for me, I would tell you, no, I think the comparisons are real. That's if a trophy happens and I have nothing to do with it. Oh, no, I get it. Kone is on. Fallon is on for Brian Wright. Yeah, this game's... It was over anyway, but... Yeah, they're just throwing everybody off. David Choinier's off for Amadou Kone. Yep, done. Oh. I don't know. It kind of looks like a Forest jersey. I don't know if I like that. The Revolution League jersey. Ugh. I don't like it. I don't like the freaking Revs jersey. If that's what it is, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like that jersey. Corner for Monterrey. They all set a take. I mean, I get that it's, I guess, supposed to be the tree on the Massachusetts flag. Yeah. Rev's not surprised. It's. I think that might be the one on the bottom of the list for the kit ranking on Saturday. And if all the jerseys aren't released, I'm still going to find a way to make the kit countdown. I might just go by team name instead of the name of the jerseys if that's the case, but I will find a way. If the unveilings aren't done by Saturday, they won't be by Monday, so. If like half the league is officially unveiled and half's leaks, that's fine by me. If it's like less than half, maybe I'll save it till next Friday because, can you read my last comment? To be honest, the reason why I don't like Mexican teams, my favorite teams, and why CFC believes men's national team have their biggest losses to Mexican teams. Yeah, I understand that. I can understand that. I just see them as competition, but I can understand that. You know, maybe, let's see. I'm planning on doing the kit countdown for MLS on Saturday. It might have to get pushed to next Friday. It might. Depending on when these unveilings are finished. If like half the unveilings, half to a 3/4 of the true kit unveilings are done by Friday or Saturday morning-ish, well, I'll have it ready for Saturday. If not, maybe I'll have to flip the MLS predictions and jersey countdown. Either way, you would think that a lot of them get unveiled this week. You would think a lot of the MLS jerseys got unveiled this week because, well, they're playing Champions Cup next week and they're playing games next week. And you would think that they would all get unveiled this week. You would think. But I don't know. You would think. 75th minute. I do love, I will admit, Forge's leaked jersey, not Forge's, Montreal's leaked jersey is amazing. That's what it always should have been. The black and blue stripes, perfect. The fact that Montreal brought back the black and blue stripes, perfect. It's always what it should have been. They never should have left that. Never. Never should have left the black and blue stripes. Never should have done it. Carlson. I mean, yeah, the 2020 jersey, 1920 jersey. Questionable. The black jersey when it was CF Montreal with the first CF Montreal logo. And then, did they? No, they wore the first logo from 21-22. They put the new logo on the away kit in 23. Took them a while to put out their new home kit in 2023. But then it was the blue one, which was better, but still. Yeah, no, Montreal coming back and putting on the black and blue stripes. That's right. That's what they should be wearing. Let me be real. That's what they should be wearing. Like Montreal should be wearing black and blue stripes on their jerseys. If they're not doing that, that's just no. No. Best home kit for MLS CFC 21-22. They're not doing that. I hate to tell you, they're not doing that. And the only way it's going to happen is if Saputo sells the club, but he would have to sell it to people in Montreal who don't want to move the team for that to happen. But it's more likely if Saputo sells the club, he's going to sell it to people who want to put it in Detroit. Not that I want that to happen. I don't. But I would hate to see Montreal get moved to Detroit. I'm not saying sell it to Bret Hart. Yeah, then he moved to Alberta. You know he's from Calgary, right? But if we could get a Calgary Hitmen FC. No. The only good thing about it being sold to Bret Hart is the team would stay in Canada. We get Calgary Hitmen FC. But they couldn't wear pink because they're not Miami. So, well, there's that. There's a problem there. They couldn't wear pink anyway because, Miami. So, or Bell, now they're moving on from MLSE. I say Molson's. I say the Molsons. But, I remember when the Expos were normally on TSN/RDS, which is a Bell company. So who knows? Maybe Bell could get the impact and get the Expos back. But wouldn't it be smart Molson just own both? The Habs and the Impact. It would be smart. And the Laval Rocket. If that's just... Besides, who knows? Maybe... Well... Can't be worse than any of the other GMs they've had. No, bring back the Expos. No. Bring back the Expos. Well, I mean, hey, MLSE has the Argos too. You could throw in the Alouettes and then bring back the Expos. And then I'm sure people in Montreal would rather have the Expos than an NBA team. I'm pretty damn sure of that. But that's just And the MLB wants to expand, so who knows? Maybe the Tampa Bay Rays will have to move anyway. Maybe the Tampa Bay Rays will have to move anyway. I can't say thank you, Hurricane Milton, because, well, I know somebody who got their power knocked out for a week because of that storm. So I can't say thank you, Hurricane Milton, for possibly making the Rays move, but at least got them out of the Trop. So, that's a plus. That's a plus. Don't have to see the Jays play in the Trop. That would have sucked. I ain't seeing the Jays playing the Trop. So you know what? That's a plus. That's a plus. But I actually know people who got affected by that storm, Hurricane Milton. So I can't really saying thank you would kind of be insensitive. Except the person I know who dealt with the storms closer to Orlando than Tampa. So, but still, losing your power for a week? Shit. No. No. I couldn't imagine. Losing your power for a week, I couldn't imagine. Like, damn, I couldn't imagine. That would suck. Honestly, chats about the Expos have died down. I say basketball is just more popular nowadays. 83rd minute, corner for Forge. Calvary, the only CPL team that makes sense. I would think. Hold on. And Forge players down hurt. At least Calvary's looking like they're going to go forward. That's good for Canadian soccer. Turkey Super League transfer window closes. Insignia is staying unless they buy him out. Ay, ay, ay. Wait, no. Should they have 3 NFC championships of the new version in that trophy case? Player down for Forge. It's football. See, here's the problem with calling it Canadian football. There's a Canadian football league that's a gridiron type of football. Like, I, as you know, I prefer the word football, but there are some cases where I can't say it. U.S. soccer is one of them. Canada soccer, Canadian soccer is the other. Major League Soccer is a full title. There's a couple of ways I can't say it. I just sound like a pedantic asshole if I did. And honestly, Canadian football is probably worse than U.S. football. Well, no, it wouldn't be. I'll just say Australia. See, if I say U.S. football, same thing, same problem with the gridiron in college, same problem. But Canadian football is actually what it's called. The CFL type of football is called in Canada. So it's kind of, I don't like it either, but I might confuse people. I mean, it'd be cool to see 2 Canadian NBA teams. I wish Vancouver would get a team back, but the Grizzlies are going to stay in Memphis. So the best we'll get is them wearing throwbacks. So, yeah, it'd be nice to see Canada get another NBA team. It'd be nice. I mean, there's some good players from at least the Ottawa-Gatineau area, but there's some good Francophone basketball players from Canada that have made their way into the league, or at least the national team. More like Ottawa-Gatineau than Montreal, but, there's that, but it would be nice. Hell, if they split time, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I think it sucks the Expos might not come back. But 85th minute. Tommy was drafted by the Expos. He's a GOAT. I would actually buy Tom Brady Expos jersey, which they actually sell them at this point. I mean, I would not mind wearing an Expos jersey and an Expos hat. I would not mind. I would not mind that. But it's either going to be a Vladdy Guerrero Sr. jersey or a Tom Brady jersey. Well, maybe if I wanted to go like full throwback from like the like the 80s, Gary Carter. I do like Gary Carter. Gary Carter was always a good player. Sucks he died so young, but I mean, I like the dribbling dinosaur logo. I'm not saying I don't, but it's also so 90s. It's like, it's probably better on throwbacks. Should the Raptors have kept it like full on, just said lived with it? Probably, but you know, now that they didn't, it's better as a throwback. It's better as a throwback, so. '87th minute. I think since they got rid of it and just used it as a throwback, it's better as a throwback. But if they never got rid of it, maybe they shouldn't have. But you know, I would totally, like, there's like 3 people that if I bought an Expos jersey, it would be with their name on it. Vladdy Sr., Tom Brady, or Gary Carter. If I wanted to go full-on throwback from like the pinwheel era. Even though Gary Carter played a couple of years in the 90s era Expos jerseys, but he's way more the pinwheel racing stripe El Presidente era, the Expos to me, Gary Carter. Also racing stripe Mets as well. Monterrey playing forward over the bar. I mean, come on. I mean, are you surprised that I would want to buy a Tom Brady Expos jersey? Are you surprised? Like, seriously, most of my Super Bowl review was me trolling Patrick Mahomes for never being able to say he's better than Tom Brady. I mean, what do you think? With the Brady picture above my shoulder. I mean, come on. What do you think? Hell, I'll buy a Tom Brady Michigan jersey. And I don't even like Michigan. I don't like Ohio State either, but I prefer Michigan over Ohio State. So, hey, who knows? Maybe if I'm watching that rivalry on Thanksgiving weekend, maybe it'll pop out. I don't know. '90th minute, we're going to stoppage time. And it's full time. They're calling it 3-0 for Monterrey, 5-0 on aggregate. It is full time, no stoppage time. I think that's the right call. Forge have been eliminated from the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And there were Forge fans down there. They didn't get to see much. Game over, 5-0 on aggregate. About what you expected. One CPL team has a chance to advance later this week. Let's see if they get it. And then, of course, Vancouver will play the next 2 weeks to see if they can advance as a MLS Canadian team. But with that being said, Forge are out. Bertarame gets 2. Cortizo gets 1. Forge, besides the shot by Borges, don't even get close. And they're out 5-0 on aggregate. 3-0 esta noche, 5-0 global. Forge eliminar, Monterrey avanzar de la octavos de final? Octavos de final, yeah. Octavos de final. There we go. Octavos. Almost forgot. Don't forget the Chivas sucks before you go. We'll talk about that tomorrow. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this playlist. Share friends and family. All that great stuff. We'll see you within the hour for the review of this match. And then we got 2 streams tomorrow, 1 review. There we go. See you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.